Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. Here's the rapid fire, so let's hit it. Meera Kapoor, played by Pariniti Chopra, is an alcoholic who is suffering from her divorce from her husband Shekhar, played by Avinash Tiwari. However, her hard life gets even worse when a young woman named Nusrat, played by Aditi Rao Haidari, turns up dead, and not only do the authorities, led by Inspector Kaur, played by Kirti Kalhari, think that Meera had something to do with Nusrat's death, but Meera fears that she might have too. Yeah, this is an Indian remake of the Emily Blunt movie. Didn't care much for that one, don't care about this one, despite the differences. I can't fully recall the details of the American version, but I don't recall a police officer character that was this involved with the story. And let's just say the ending is completely different and not quite as satisfying. But in a vacuum, it's a serviceable, if not forgettable time. I understand that a big trigger for the story as a whole is that Meera is not mentally stable, which is why she visits Nusrat and gets involved like she does. But not only does it feel very forced, but I also feel like it enforces the stigma of those with actual mental illnesses, like anterograde amnesia and/or alcoholism. It just feels like it's all over the place, and the amnesia doesn't truly play a factor in Meera's memory loss. Blacking out over drinking too much is reason enough. The acting is fine. Plot is easy enough to follow when pieces start coming together. It was a bit frustrating that there's hints of important characters that you think will be big players later on, only for them to get axed off or pushed to the wayside. That got on my nerves. And even though the soundtrack on a technical level sounds nice, like just something to listen to in the car, it's wildly inappropriate for the tone of the film. If you've seen the American adaptation, then this is probably different enough for you to check out, but if you didn't care about the first one like I did, this won't change your mind and might even be a worse experience. My honest rating for The Girl on the Train, a weak 3 out of 5.
Is she having an affair? This is not her husband. No. Ye kya kar rahi ho? Don't be stupid, you can't ruin your marriage like this. No.
Set between 1947 and 1959, famed singer Billie Holiday, played by Andra Day, has become the target of the FBI, seemingly due to their war on drugs, of which Billie is addicted to, but more likely because of her famous song Strange Fruit, and its harsh and disturbing lyrics. As she struggles with her career and the feds breathing down her neck, her one bright spot is Agent Jimmy Fletcher, played by Trevante Rhodes, who grows to fall in love with Billie despite their rocky history. Damn. This was pretty good. While history will clearly tell us how Holiday passed away, I like that this isn't a movie about struggling to save Billie's life and the people around her are trying to get her to quit doing drugs. Nope, she has her reasons for doing them and everyone around her does them too. It's not necessarily framed like a positive thing, it's not, but it's certainly touted as the only means for her to cope with what she's been going through in her life and what she's currently going through. Being married to a man she doesn't love, who's abusive toward her, in love with a man who once had her arrested for drug possession, only to turn heel on his job to be with her. The acting is superb from Day. My dad said it best. She could tour as Billie Holiday and be a dead ringer. He's not the least bit wrong. Her singing is so on point to Holiday's that it almost feels haunting. But she's truly that good. She's intense, hits all the right emotional notes. It's no wonder she's been getting accolades. They're earned. I suppose I have only two issues. One, characters are introduced but for some reason just never come back, and I don't recall a reason for this. Plot points are presented that feel like they're supposed to be important but go nowhere, and I don't recall why Billie had to be in this relationship with her abusive husband. It's definitely worth checking out for Day alone. If you're subscribed to Hulu, check it out. My honest rating for The United States vs. Billie Holiday, a 4 out of 5.
Tell me. What's it like to be a colored woman?
Would you ask Doris Day a question like that?
Well, Doris Day's not colored, silly.
Jesus. Dee Dee, played by Inidima Okoji, is a Nigerian woman, and Raj, played by Ruslan Mumtaz, is an Indian man, and they fall in love at first sight. However, their romance is turned complicated when their respective parents reject the other lover, and Didi and Raj must find a way to unite their families and set aside their differing cultures. This hurts on so many levels. This is one of the worst movies of the year so far. I have so rarely seen a movie get so much wrong. It literally opens on one of the worst cliches in modern storytelling: love at first sight. When Raj immediately blurts out to Didi that he plans to marry her, they've literally, up to that point, only had a minute of interacting with each other. One random-ass music video later, and it's been a few months. They meet each other's families, and lo and behold, racism. Neither lover saw fit to tell their parents about who they're dating, and somehow never considered the consequences. How and why that wasn't the end of the relationship and the subsequent movie is entirely beyond me. If I told you that's all this movie was, a pair of dunderheaded lovers who couldn't make an adult decision to save their lives, then this wouldn't be so bad. But in addition to this sappy-ass romance, there's also a subplot about one of Didi's friends getting sexually assaulted, and she goes against her own father in representing her friend against the defendant who is being represented by her father. There's also a high school bully that made her way into the movie that has it out for Didi. There's also a subplot about how Didi and Raj's mom compete for Raj's love. I'm sorry, what fucking movie am I watching right now? This is god-awful. I want to say that the soundtrack is good at least, but it doesn't help how inept the writing is. This was painful to sit through, especially coming off the heels of Crazy About Her. Avoid this like the plague. My honest rating for Hello Trouble, a 1 out of 5.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Sorry?
Nothing, it's just something I told my friend this morning. When I told him, I'm going to marry you.
Excuse me?
Hold up. Let me introduce you guys first.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Please wear a mask if you go out. Hope to see you soon.